Have you ever wondered how some people can just effortlessly train, keep to a consistent routine, never seem to have to pluck up the motivation to train? This is my secret of how I train twice a day, every single day, and I never miss a day. It's never ever train alone. Now, let me tell you a story. I started like many of you, right? I used to be like, I can do this on my own. I don't need people in my life. I'm strong. I have high willpower. I have high discipline. For a short time, that worked, which was great. I went to the gym on my own. I maybe went 3 times a week, 4 times a week. But in reality, I half-assed the workouts, so they weren't actually as good as I thought. I did skip a few because I got in my head, and it was boring. It wasn't fun. It wasn't enjoyable. Just the other day, the reason why this video came to mind for me was on Monday, we run the Cali Run, which is a social running group at Cali Unity. And I turned up, it was Monday, it was 6:30, and I could not be arsed. And I run a gym. I have 130 people that think I'm Superman. I have 13 employees, and I still don't want to do it a lot of the time. And I'm running ultra marathons, Ironmans, etc., etc. Okay, it doesn't get any easier, let me tell you. Your environment changes. And so I turned up to this running group on Monday, and what happened? I was running there and I was like, guys, I was going to say to them, oh guys, my Achilles is really hurting and I can't do this, right? I got there, there was 4 guys there, they were all lovely people, and I was like, fine, I'll go along. And lo and behold, 5 miles later, felt easy, no worries, I got my run in and we're all good. Now, why should you listen to me, right? So, as I mentioned, I run Cali Unity, or I'm the co-founder of Cali Unity Gym here in Bath, which is the fastest growing fitness community in Bath. We're moving into the largest facility, private studio in Bath as well, with over 120 members, but that's by the by. In terms of running and training, why should you listen to me? So I've ran a 45-mile ultra marathon, done Ironmans, I've run over 100 miles in 4 days, and I am currently training for the London Marathon in end of April, and I'm also going to be cycling about 1,500, so that's 1,500 miles to raise money for another charity as well. So I've had my fair share of ultra endurance events, fast events, and I also used to be a competitive powerlifter, deadlifting things like 280 kilos, which at the time was the British record for my age, etc., etc. And so I've had a fair amount of time training, and this is the biggest hack and biggest takeaway that I've found helped me with my training. And here is 5 reasons why I think that's so. So let's dive right into it. Number 1, let me tell you a story. So yesterday we did the Cali intervals, or Cali Run intervals. And again, I wasn't feeling up to it. I was tired, couldn't be asked. And we did 5 by 1,200 meters, which is a horrible session. But I had friends there, I had community, and it gave me the motivation in order to do it and to get through those intervals. If I was on my own, I would not have bloody done that, right? And it's not just running, guys. I train every single day, and I join into the Cali Unity classes at midday. So what I usually do is at midday, I join into the classes. In the evenings, I go for a run, or I go for a bike or something like that, so I can train for the endurance side, okay? So number 1 really is motivation. And we found this. There's studies looking at how when you train alone or you train with other people, you do so much more when you're motivated. And this comes down to competitiveness. I'm a competitive person, and it's not a bad thing, okay? If you want to be competitive, if you have that streak, use it. If you're insecure, it's not going to go away. Use it, right? So use that to get more out of yourself, to push yourself more, and to allow you to keep that training going, okay? So motivation, really, it's those last few reps. It's that last interval. It's that one more rep when you're doing push-ups and tap with another partner and your chest is exploding. That's where all the gains come. That is what really, really counts. And that is why motivation is number one on my list. Number two, accountability. Again, I've mentioned this, okay, with turning up on Monday, turning up and thinking I could do it on my own. It is, in my opinion, egotistical and arrogant to think we can do things on our own. Because look at the evidence, okay? If in the past you are an absolute machine, you love training on your own, you do this effortlessly and you find fitness a breeze, keep doing that. This video is for those of you who are struggling. It's 3 weeks into the new year. Maybe that routine's dwindling by now, yeah? This is the secret. This is what Olympians use. Olympians have coaches, right? You know why? It's because it's something that's so important to them. It's something that means so much to them. They're going to have all the accountability possible to make sure that they do this. Accountability is what we built the whole gym off of. Someone said to me last week, the only time my last gym used to call me was when my card got declined. If you don't turn up to Cali Unity Bro Wednesday, we're on the phone. We're like, hey, where have you been? I know life's busy, but right? That is what you sometimes need. And when you work out in a group, that is the environment that you want. You want the accountability. And another little caveat to accountability and motivation is environment. The best way to learn French is to live in France. Having that environment around you rubs off on you. They say that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, you can change that. You can't lead a horse to water and make it drink. Yes, true. But what about if you bloodlet it for 3 days, if you starve it of water for 5 days, and you also kick it the whole way, right? It's on the brink of death. It will drink. And so our environment is huge. And so you may as well be surrounding yourself by an environment of health rather than an environment where you don't want to go. Number 3, learning. How many times have you been in a group and you've learned something completely new, right? I always say as well, the best way to learn is to teach. And so you can give away the lessons that you've learned by doing this stuff and actually give it away to the group. And you can learn from other people. There's so many little things that we can learn from others if we just have the humility to sit back and go, I don't know everything. I want to learn from someone else. And that is the beauty of being a human being. We're social creatures and we can learn from other people. We can gain wisdom of other people. We just need the humility to open ourselves up. I always say, the only thing that I know is that I know nothing. I will look back on myself in a year and think I was an absolute idiot last year, because I do. Every year I look back and I'm like, bloody hell, Ollie at 24 was an absolute idiot. Bloody hell, right? So I know that even if someone, let's take this to the extreme, even if someone comes along and they are, and they're maybe not as strong as me or not as fast as me, whatever, it doesn't matter, because I can learn something from them. If anything, I can look at their running form and I can learn. If you've ever been in a Cali Unity class, you'll know that eventually you become your own coach and you become a coach to someone else, because you're taking these lessons and giving it away. The only way to keep something is to give it away. Number 4, safety. This is important, right? How many times have you been out on a run, out on a bike ride? You might fall off, you might injure yourself, and then bam, you're fucked. You got to ring your girlfriend, ring your husband, ring your boyfriend, whatever, ring your parents. Or in my case, I had to actually ring an ambulance because I was 30 kilometers from home on my bike. I fell off doing 60 kilometers an hour or something. This was like 3 years ago. And I had to call an ambulance to pick me up, right? Because I had blood all down my leg. I just didn't know what to do. My phone was cracked. I didn't know what to do, right? And so safety is such an important thing. And when you're running in a group, when you're cycling in a group, when you're training together, you can have someone there. Again, think of in Cali Unity, someone kicking up and you holding them in a handstand. You're not going to bail and land on your head, right? So that's a huge one for me. And it's also less understood. But I mean, training in groups definitely gives you more safety. Last one is community. Cali Unity literally means beauty in community. Before, I was that typical earphones in, head down, get on with it in the gym. And oh my God, the secret to it all is just never train alone. If you can find a community of people around you, that is, we never used to hunt alone. We're a tribal species, okay? And to take it from the guy who literally was like F training in groups, none of that stuff, okay? Community for me is what this is all about, okay? Because again, you're giving away the lessons, you're helping someone else. You're training anyway, you may as well train in a group. And that is just an absolute huge thing, okay? So overall, these are the 5 ones: motivation, accountability, learning, safety, and community. But hey, don't take my word for it, okay? See the transformation yourself, right? Maybe that's message someone else and you want to go for a run with in the evening time. Maybe it's we have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday completely free Cali run, group social run that you can join into. If you're interested in that, you can go on caliunity.com, click on Cali Academy in the top right, and you can click on them there. Maybe it's joining a local gym and going to a class, right? Maybe it's finding that workout buddy that you used to work out with. Whatever it is for you, it's how can we set up that environment around us so that we can't say no, okay? And if you are a member of the Cali Unity, you know this, right? That's probably one of the main reasons you joined. That's why you chatted to me, we went through all this. But if you're looking to take your training to the next level, it's all about surrounding yourself with people that, one, are better than you, and one, who might not be as good as you, because you can always teach these people and you can always learn from these people, but you've got the accountability, you've got the motivation, you've got the overall community to make sure that you keep doing it. And at the end of the day, if you keep doing this, you are unstoppable. The only way you can fail is if you quit. So I'll leave you on that one, guys. All right? Smash that day. Let's have accountability. Let's have community. And I will see you guys in the next video.